Oh my god. Finally, the core member of the Combaticons is here. Transformers, Age of the Primes Commander Class Onslaught is a member I've been keen on since the release of Vortex last year. Seriously, Joe, why did we do this? Making us wait all this long. Bruticus is my favourite combiner, made up of the coolest combiner team. Devastator's cool and all, but this guy is made up of actual military vehicles. You're telling me that doesn't scream Decepticon more than Little Green here? And this was before the Fall of Cybertron game, which, side note, I've not actually played yet, but I had a guy hook me up with a copy not too long ago, so fingers crossed I can play it soon. Anyway, I love the full combiner so much that I put the effort of buying 2 third-party figures in the past. One I've had since being a little hooligan at the age of 15, so why wouldn't I get the big blasty boy here? But of course, our 2 tubes fellow here ain't just about being a torso for a grander design. He's a figure in his own right. And how does that figure look? Well, he's very blue? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a gorgeous blue. But the problem is, it's past that line of darkness where it mutes the neat little greeblies on him. But I mean, it's par for the course for G1 Onslaught figures, really, to be plain old night sky color here. But if you ask me, it's just that tiny bit too swamped. Thankfully, there's some green to add a little bit of contrast to the design, and he's okay in the right lighting. And by lighting, I mean a corporate office with painfully bright white lights. Fuck me. As for appearance, oh yeah, he stands out. I don't know why, but I get the vibe when I'm looking at him that he should be wearing a spick and span Hugo Boss suit. Look at him all preem like that. He just exudes presence. He's got that chunky build in the sense that he's been pumping weights to bring me the horizon. The sculpt on the head is stunning too. The orange painted visor doesn't take away from the detail, but rather accentuates it. It stands out so much. I'm not gonna lie though, the teensy turret barrels seem a little bit on the impotent side. Someone get that man a dick doctor, stat! But the trade-off is then having it look out of scale with the big ones from his alt mode. Don't worry, we'll get there, chill. It's a solid blend of the small detailed designs from the War for Cybertron trilogy continued into the Age of the Primes era with the simplicity of G1. Speaking of solid, I am shocked at how solid he is. Nothing feels loose enough to flop about. Flop. This is the second innuendous joke in this video. Why? He's got ratchets at the hips, which is probably because of how top-heavy he is. I mean, again, the backpack. And his posability doesn't seem too dissimilar to Silverbolt from last year.
Oh boy, do I wonder why.
Now, the backpack doesn't actually get in the way of the arms going all the way around. So he can thankfully move his arm just enough to
Hit that button and subscribe to the channel. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
That being said, the legs are a little bit too tight for me. It feels like they have a locking point, but it's so tight that the locking point wouldn't even matter. At least it's so stiff that it can hold its own pose on the plus side. It also means that this figure overall is very solid. I am very much a chuffed man in the stability of this guy. As for accessories, nothing. He doesn't come with anything. Okay, not entirely true. He does get this massive hunk of plastic in the form of a base and turret, which totally doesn't look like a big combiner on his knees. That one wasn't even deliberate. Why did I just do that? The turret does feel a little bit limited, and when it's going up and down, you can kind of see the hollowness of that turret, which sucks. There's a nice platform with a ramp at the front though, which can house any one of the Combaticons to add some extra firepower to the situation, or be a landing pad for blast off if you wanted to. Either one works, really. I like that it's kind of an homage to the launch pad, but no official launch pad mode to me. It does kind of hurt my soul it wasn't officially included. But this turret kind of evokes the vibe from that mode, so I guess it gets enough of a pass. So yeah, if you ask me, this big hunk of plastic fits better in the alt mode for this guy. Transformation itself is quite a simple one. The legs curl up into themselves to form the back of the alt mode, as I feel we're kind of used to with a lot of land vehicles nowadays. And the feet just fold and rest at the top. I don't mind that. I do have an issue with the arms and backpack though. See the pipes? Smokestacks? Barrels? I don't fucking know. But they fold around to reveal the grille of the alt mode. The only thing is, it's a very tight fit with not much clearance, and I do worry about scraping the silver paint on either the grille side or pole side. Hopefully this doesn't cause any issues later on when showing off the alt mode. And on his own, the alt mode is a very nice truck. I do still think the issue with the mold being too blue underhands the impact this truck has visually, but god damn, he's still a hench powerhouse in this mode. That grille is imposing. Not scratched yet because of the transformation. Thank fuck. And the glossy black windows add just enough contrast to the design here. There's still a little bit of green around the wheel frame, thankfully, but you're not going to see it when he's got this artillery platform attached. Oh yeah, this is where the good shit is. A much better implementation of the combiner frame than Silverbolt's big ass that he was about to serve. The heavy load can carry more than just a massive turret. Like in the turret mode, you can place any alt mode of the Combaticons onto this bad boy's tender, though my personal favourite is just keeping blast off there. Side note, it even, just like any typical truck, has a swivel point, so it does turn if you wanted it to, which I love. Obviously though, this platform could do more than just carry a team member, can't it? Here we are, now onto what is of course the biggest feature this toy has going for it. A brand new combiner frame. So, what was that? Oh, you wanted to see all the figures we got so far plugged into it. Alright, you get one frame then. You ready? Bam! Hope you caught it, because I'm not showing it off until we get Oh, you didn't get it? Oh no! Anyway, I will say I like that we're getting a new take on the combiner frame, at least in the legs. It feels a lot less like parts forming is needed compared to the previous iterations that we've had. And yeah, it looks a little goofy in this form without the other bots. I also like how during the transformation, the way the combined head replaces our Combaticon commander's head is reminiscent of the original G1 toy, when you could just do the thing and slot the combiner head straight onto it. Look at how silly that is. Big head, tiny body. Oh, peak comedy. You can also do the opposite, where he has a tiny head with a big body. Tell me in the comments which one you prefer, big head, tiny body, or tiny head, big body. Side note, I've tried to test him out with Nexus, and he doesn't seem to fit. There'll be no universal compatibility with this one. I'll tell the children. Now, I've got two issues with this frame. The first one is how the torso connects to the frame as a whole. See, the way the torso folds up sorta causes a little stress on the pelvic plastic parts, which might be an issue later down the line. But you might be alright as long as you shove the torso into place quick and with enough force. It locks him in snugly in a manner that wouldn't break the toy, and hopefully will reinforce that plastic over time. The other thing is the paint at the bottom of the feet. Again, don't get me wrong, coloring's fine, at least for Brawl. We'll have to see how we fare for Swindle's color matching, but as for quality of paint, only time will tell, because while the yellow paint is glossy, the green paint is more matte, so it's not too shiny. Now, I've had no issues with it while transforming. It hasn't chipped on me yet, but it's just worth noting and being careful of, no matter which mode you pop him in. Actually, maybe still be careful, because the launchpad mode has them like touching the ground when you fold them down, so just note that, yeah? Onslaught is the one commander I've seen so far where he feels like he's been worth his money. Unlike Motormaster and Silverbolt, each piece of plastic has a purpose in all three modes that suits his character and intended playability. And I really do appreciate the adjustments they made to the combiner frame. It actually feels unique in its design. Not many clearance issues, if at all, and a great solid figure on his own. Now, obviously I'm biased, so of course I'm going to recommend him. Onslaught is part of the GOAT! But I know not everyone shares my sentiment, so I would just like to say, give him a red hot go. I doubt you'd be disappointed. And honestly, if you are, you've got Rising Force releasing their interpretation of the game design anyway, which looks fucking brilliant. Come on, look at it. I'm so keen. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on the figure if you've got him in the comments below, and how you'd feel about the new take on the combiner frame here. If you enjoyed the video, go on and thumb that thumb for me. Once again, this is Honeyrock signing off. I wonder how Hugo Boss started anyway. What the fuck?